Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Now, many a times we own a vehicle and we don't even realize what are the parts that are in the engine compartment. And sometimes it does make us wonder as to, in case something goes wrong, whether will we understand if the mechanic or if anyone is trying to make us understand as to what is wrong with the car. So now this video I'm going to just go around few of the major components in the engine compartment. Now I am no professional, so I might be wrong in few places, so feel free to correct me out in the comment section. And on the flip side, if you do enjoy this video, do consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel, because this really motivates me in making more such content. Okay, so now let's get started with the engine compartment of the Scorpio-N. Now, the first thing what you notice is the main engine block, and we'll start from here. Now, this is the coolant tank, and when you consider regular maintenance or the periodic maintenance, it's always good to check out the level. It should always be, the coolant should always be at the optimal level. Now, coming next to that is the brake fluid reservoir. So this is where you check the level of the brake fluid. Again, yeah, you can check that as in periodic maintenance. Now, coming front, this big box would be your air filter compartment. As you can see, this is the air intake and it goes here to the air filter. Coming here, this is your turbocharger. Now, this is the 2.2 mHawk diesel, which is a turbocharged diesel engine. So this will be your turbocharger. Now, as we know that turbocharger is mainly operated by the exhaust gas. So this is coming from an exhaust manifold, which runs the turbocharger, which helps in feeding pressurized air to the air intake system of the engine. Now, the air coming out from the exhaust is going to be very hot, so we need to take it at the optimum temperature before feeding it into the system. So this tube which is going inside is coming from the intercooler. This will be your intercooler, and as you can see, intercooler is different, and below, if you can see, that is the fan and that will be your radiator fan. So these are two separate units. Now, of course, both are basically heat exchangers, and intercooler basically reduces the temperature of the air which is being fed to the system. Now, turbocharger works in conjunction with the intercooler to feed the air to the system at an optimum temperature. This would be your windshield washer fluid reservoir. This is where you fill in case it goes, your washer's fluid level goes low. This will be the headlamp unit. Now, coming to the other side, this, as you can see, it's the battery. Now, these are coming from the brake fluid reservoir. Now, this is the main brake controller. As you can see, the 4 tubes coming out goes to the 4 different wires, and this is basically the unit that controls all the brakes. And this would be the fuse box. Now, to take the fuse box, we can see there are 2 clips here and here. Just press each side and it comes off. Now, in case you are checking for any blown fuse, this is the fuse removing clip. Just take it out, and in case I were to remove this 15 amps fuse, I'll just grip it and pull it out. So that's how you remove the fuse. And we'll keep this here. And these are the spare fuses in case you have any blown fuse. So let's push that down and lock it. Now coming to this side, this is your engine dipstick. As a regular maintenance, you should always remove the dipstick and check the level. As you can see, the level is good, but since I'm approaching my engine oil change date, you can see the engine oil is getting a bit discolored. Coming below here, this you see it will be your power steering unit or the steering rack, and this will be your alternator unit. This is basically to charge the batteries. Coming to this side, if you can see the block, that will be your AC compressor. Now as you can see from the compressor coming out will be these tubes. This is where the refrigerant gas filling point is, high pressure and the low pressure tube. Your horn would be inside this. As you can see, there's dual horn. And now talking about quick maintenance tips, what I always do is this engine cover is removable, so just pull it up and it comes off. Now since I stay in a rat infested place, so it's always a very good idea to regularly remove this engine cover and just check, because there are a lot of small places where the usually rat hides a lot of food and they can end up making a home there. And especially if you're parking your car for long days, it's always a good to keep checking this. Now once we have removed the engine cover, as you can see, these are the fuel injectors. This is a 4-cylinder engine, and you can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4 fuel injectors. This would be the oil filler cap. This is where you, oops. Yes. So this is not a rotating type, we have learned. This is just rotate and pull out. So this is where you feed the fresh engine oil. As you can see inside, that chain would be the timing belt for the valve. Now let's just push and turn. Now since this is a rear wheel drive car, the engine here is positioned in this direction. If this were a front wheel drive car, this whole engine block would be rotated 90 degrees and positioned this way. Now the good part about this type of placement is, as you can see, it leaves so much of room everywhere, so it's easy to operate and repair. If you were to open the compartment of the XUV 700, which is basically the same engine, you'll find that is too cramped because of the placement of the engine. Both have their pros and cons. Well, I sometimes like to work on cars myself doing basic repairs. So now, since I'm not a professional, I always like these empty spaces where I can put my hand and work. Let's put back this cover. To put back the cover, as you can see, these are the mounting points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mounting points, and if you rotate, these would be the mounting points. So let's just align back first. 1, 2, and as you can see, the third one is getting aligned as well. And let's just align this one and just give it a good push. It should go in smoothly. So that's how you put the engine cover back. These would be the suspension mounting points, both. And if you can see here, this is your steering shaft, the boot that goes all the way to the steering column down. This is the, I assume, the treatment for the exhaust gas, and from below this is where you can see the silencer going out. So I really hope most of the information that I have given is correct. If you find anything wrong, please feel free to correct me in the comments below, and it will be helpful for the other viewers as well. So this is what I feel are the main components of the engine compartment of the Scorpio-N. If you guys have enjoyed this video, do consider subscribing to my channel for more such content. And until then, drive safe, and I'll see you on the next one.